Welcome everybody to the South Hockey Network live on YouTube, live from the Northwest Arena as we take you inside for game number 2 of the Govenors Cup here in 2025 for both of these teams, the Glenbrook South Titans of Illinois and the Peters Township Indians of Pennsylvania. Dylan Ward here on the call. Glad to be with you here on this early morning matchup. We've got Gerard Boris, our video producer, and Joe Hoffer on your scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust as always for being our presenting sponsor and making these broadcasts possible all season long. So the Titans lost their first game by a score of 2-1. They had a 1-0 lead in that one. Their lone goal was scored by Asher Vanderplug, assisted by Jackson Ventura and Will Fagan, before Culver came back with 2 unanswered and took the game by a final score of 2-1. As for Peters Township, they also lost yesterday, but they lost in a shootout. Pardon me, they won in a shootout after coming back late, so they're 1-0. The Titans 0-1 with 1 period point. So for Glenbrook South, this is a must-win game if they want to keep their tournament hopes alive. For Peters Township, they can afford to lose, but they'll have some work to do. Glenbrook South not only must win the game, but really they got to win all 3 periods for that tiebreaker, that coveted points per period tiebreaker here at the Governor's Cup. So we'll see what they can do here on this early morning. 8:30 local, 7:30 back in Chicago. Let us know in the chat if you got up early for this one here on this Saturday morning from the Chicagoland area, watching your Glenbrook South Titans. It'll be Thomas Preston starting in net for the Titans. He was in net yesterday. Ended up making 19 saves. On the other side of things for the Indians, it will be Anthony Herman in net, the junior. So same thing as yesterday. We have 2 non-seniors in net. Thomas Preston on the right side of your screen, the sophomore, and Anthony Herman on the left side of the screen, the junior. We're ready to go. Titans in the white and light blue, going from right to left on your screen. The Indians in red, going from left to right here in period number 1. 15 minutes are on the clock. Vanderplug is ready to take the face off against Che Lamanga. He wins it, Vanderplug does, and we are underway. You see Blake Hoffer back out there, number 8 for the Titans. He missed yesterday's game due to injury, but he's back and ready to roll here for this game against Peters. Sent out to the neutral zone, Ryan Mulvey. Goes to Will Fagan now, who had the secondary assist on the Titans' lone goal yesterday. He'll dump it in. Goes down to McCrulis, far side. Look for Vanderplug, but it's intercepted. Lamanga, now Blake Hoffer takes it away. He takes a shot, and that one stopped by the goaltender Herman. Titans with a quick shot on goal. Now to the far side, backhanded out of the zone, goes right to Will Fagan, who dumps it in with a backhand, taken away by Lucas Best. And now leaves it for Schub, and eventually Holleran dumps it in. Blake Hoffer skates up ice with it through the neutral zone, tried to get it ahead, but it's blocked by a Peters player, and comes back out to neutral ice for Ryan Mulvey. Mulvey leaves it. Now to the near side, Hoffer with it. Through the neutral zone. He'll come over the line. Leave it for Weiss. And out to the neutral zone for Will Fagan. So we see Blake Hoffer out there on a line with Weiss and Boris to get the festivities started. Actually, I think that was just a late change, so we saw a little bit of them together. Jason Weiss, who was doing the scoreboard yesterday, is doing your music today. So Joe Hoffer and Jason Weiss switch roles. Battle for the puck, near side corner. Boris backhand to the slot, intercepted by Caputo, and he plays it ahead. Now racing after the puck is Dowden. Thomas Preston plays it to the near side. Manili dumps it in. Caputo, far side half wall. Now backhanded down low by Sadowski. Weiss to the near side. Dowden. Dowden the 5th, by the way. How often do you see that? Dowden V. I'm assuming that's what that is. Now Boris through the neutral zone. He's taken down, and Peters gets it back. Plays it off the far glass. And out to the neutral zone where Luke Fagan will send it in. Titans will go change him up. Boris below the net. Now Weiss back for Boris. Up to Anthony Pinto. He'll fire a shot. One wide of the net. And goes back to the Indians who play it out. Barrett couldn't knock it into the zone. Knocked down by Luke Fagan. And now Boris comes across. Zach Boris fires a shot. Save made by Herman. Shots on goal, 3-0 in favor of the Titans. Now 4-0. As the Indians bring it back up ice. Urban will fire it in. Got a piece of Ryan Mulvey's stick, but eventually does get down below the goal line. Now picked up by Sokol. Daniel Sokol backhander to the blue line, but it's knocked out of the zone by the Indians, and Ryan Mulvey will retreat back to his own zone. The Titan captain goes over to Braden Mendoza. Now out to neutral ice, intercepted. Charlie Preston looking to get it deep. Now Daniel Sokol. As it pops back free for Ryan Mulvey. Now Ventura comes over the line, takes a shot. Blocked by the stick of Lucas Best. Up and out of play it goes with 11:19 to go here in the first period. '20th Annual Governor's Cup. First of 5 broadcasts today. We have this one for you, the first game of the day here on this Saturday. And we'll take a bit of a break and return to action for 4 consecutive broadcasts starting at 3 p.m. local here Eastern. If you're in the Chicago area, that's 2 p.m. As we've got the Glenbrook South Titans for you again. They'll take on Buffalo St. Francis as the first of our 4 in a row. What a pass by Vanderplug, and Preston scores! Great passing play by the Titans, and they strike first. It's 1-0. Vanderplug scored the lone goal yesterday, gets a big assist there. And just the start the doctor ordered for Glenbrook South. And those 2 players not usually on the same line. Good pass by Teddy McCrulis to get it started. Vanderplug backhand pass over to a wide open Charlie Preston. And a big goal for him. 1-0 Glenbrook South. They struck first in the last game. Now McCrulis again tries another shot. Taken back by Peters. Out to the neutral zone, McCrulis. And Blake Hoffer back in his own zone. Titans dominating this first period, outshooting Peters 5-0. Again, Glenbrook South with the tiebreaker. The best they can do is 2-1 here in the preliminaries. So if they want a chance to move on, they've got to win every period to put themselves in the best possible position. We'll have a much clearer picture of the tiebreakers later on for the Titans' third game. Now Vanderplug gets it back up high, takes a shot. That one hit the post. Rebound goes to the far side. McCrulis. Puck popped in the air. Now below the line. Vanderplug Backhand pass up to the left point. Will Fagan takes a shot. That's into the glove of Anthony Herman. And he'll hang on for a whistle. 9:45 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Glenbrook South Titans on the goal from Charlie Preston. Face-off taken by, well, it's a 50-50 puck up on the near half boards, and eventually possessed by Peters. He'll bring it out, knocked in by Schanefeld. Now below the goal line, tough angle, so instead of a shot, it will be brought back up to the right point. Here is a shot that got blocked off the stick of Schanefeld, but the Titans wouldn't let it hit Preston's net. Still no shots on goal for the Indians. Weiss centers that one. And it's brought back out the other way by Peters. Taken away by Boris. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to announce that we have a special guest here in the broadcast booth. It's none other than tournament director himself, Jeff Morrow, as he has just put the headset on. Jeff, welcome to the South Hockey Network.
Well, welcome to morning number 2. Yeah, so we're getting through the candy, Dylan.
Okay. Yeah, I saw there was a pretty big dent made in it already.
Oh, yeah. It looks like Glenbrook South's going to Hawaii with those uniforms.
Yeah, what do you think of them? They're brand new.
They're pretty nice.
So,
They're distinctive, let's put it that way.
Jeff Morrow has been directing this Governor's Cup for many years as this shot just goes wide. So he'll get in here and do color with me for portions of this game, a lot of later afternoon as well. So if you have any questions about the tournament, I've got just your guy. Let us know in the comment section below. Jeff, with the Titans losing in regulation yesterday, they pretty much need to win every period, and they're on the right track, outshooting Peters now 8-1 here in this first, and a great passing play for the opening goal.
Well, this is the second game of the day for the tournament for everybody, and there has to be urgency, especially the teams that fell a little bit yesterday. I mean, Glenbrook South played a really good game against Culver, lost 2-1. Peters played it. They fell behind Culver and came back and defeated them in a shootout. So there has to be urgency to get back in the tournament, and you're seeing that from Glenbrook South. And that's why they were champions a year ago.
Yeah, Jeff, we were just doing coverage of the Hoosier Cup in South Bend, Indiana at beautiful Compton Family Ice Arena. And, you know, the team that won it, the Dallas Jesuit Rangers from Texas, they were 2-1, 2-1-0 in the preliminaries, and they ended up winning the entire thing. So,
and you're going to see a little bit of that here as well, I think, Dylan. I think what you saw at South Bend is a prelude to the 2-1s and who's going to get that last spot. I think you're going to see something like similar. We have some very good matchups today. I've been concentrating on the matchups more than anything for these events, and it's turned out pretty good.
Here's Vanderplug on a pass from Hoffert, sends it towards the net, it goes wide. Luke Fagan from up high takes a shot, stopped by Anthony Herman, the junior goaltender.
Anthony Herman played a terrific game last night against Culver. When it was 3-1, he made a lot of fine saves to keep Peters in the game. And Peters stormed back and tied the game late, and they won in a shootout.
That was a great game-tying goal, too.
Oh, terrific pass. With the
Jeff
goalie
and I were watching it.
Yeah.
A shot takes a deflection wide. Quick turnaround for the Indians. They played, they dropped the puck at 9:15.
Yeah.
That game ended up ending,
in the wee hours.
11:30.
Yeah.
So was that a delayed start there? Or?
A little bit.
Yeah. And it went to a 6-man shootout, 6-round, I should say.
Yeah, we want to remind our viewers that you go to the website, pahockey.net. Dylan, you've done a fine job on the pseudo game sheet that updates all the standings. Our man Bobby V downstairs has everything under control, and Dylan has applied his fine knowledge as our IT person And we have all the standings updated, so thank you, Dylan.
Absolutely. PAHockey.net, right? .net?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and then click on the standings link. You can see all the results and standings as this shot by Graham Vanderploeg is stopped by Anthony Herman, and we get another stoppage. 6:15 to go in the first period. Titans lead the game 1-0. Jeff, they lead the period 1-0.
The periods are ultimate. You want to win periods. You saw yesterday, South Kent went out, scored 5 goals in the second period, had a 5-0 lead, and St. Ignatius won that third period, got a 1.5. That could weigh in if St. Ignatius is able to win 2 games today.
Well, just a reminder for you, starting at 3 o'clock Eastern time, we've got... Here's a shot by Kovac, and he scores. Seemed to fool Thomas Preston as he picked the top left corner. Nice shot by him, and it's all tied up.
Well, Kovac is a legacy player for Peters Township. His brother, now playing at Liberty, was a part of 2 state championship teams. He's a fine player, nice young man. Had a chance to visit with him last year when he was injured with Peters, and he's an excellent hockey player.
So by our count, that's just Peters' second shot on goal this game. How do you like that goal cam angle as well? So 1-1 the score. Titans leading shots 10-2 here with just under 6 to go in the first period.
One thing I watch with the goalies, Dylan, is whether they sag. If they get back in the crease a little bit, some of these kids can really shoot the puck. And I think Kovac took advantage of that.
Dylan Ward alongside Jeff Morrow here on the South Hockey Network. As I was saying before Kovac interrupted me with that goal, don't forget we've got, starting at 3 o'clock, 4 consecutive games here at the Govenors Cup, and all of them will be great matchups and have playoff implications, no doubtedly. So be sure to return here at 3 o'clock Eastern time, local, here in Jamestown, New York.
One matchup I'm really looking forward to is Seneca Valley against Norwich. I think that's going to be the game of the tournament. And let's not kid ourselves. Buffalo St. Francis, who was kind enough to help us out and replace the team for us, they're going to face this Glenbrook South, and that's going to be another good matchup. Terrific matchup.
That'll just be their lone game of the Governor's Cup.
And they've committed to next year's tournament already. They want to come back.
Here's a shot deflected. Preston kicks it out.
Nice.
Now McCurlis looks for Hoffer, streaking ahead, and he gets the puck, but he's called just offside. Shoots the puck after the whistle, and Peter's not happy about that. Look at the goaltender.
He's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for shooting the puck after the whistle.
Let's take a look at the replay. So you can see, yeah, pretty clearly offside.
Yeah. The one official
save anyway.
doing the game today, Dylan, has a little bit of a warm spot in my heart. That was Jamie's line mate at Slippery Rock, Tommy Kimmick. He's an outstanding official.
That is, of course, your son.
And then 2 of them combined for 84 and 82 points apiece in that season, over 30 games.
Well, let me guess. They were the first line. Just on a hunch.
I think so.
Titans will clear it out. They are on a penalty kill.
Number 1 and 2 in the country in ACHA hockey.
All penalty kills for the Titans on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by Anna Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. As the Titans, who were 2 for 2 killing penalties yesterday against Culver, will get to work here. Big moment in the game as the Titans look to win all 3 periods. Currently tied 1-1 here in the first. Puck sitting there in the corner, and Ryan Mulvey will clear it out.
Mulvey's been a mainstay with Glenbrook South for many years. Excellent player.
Yeah, this is his senior year. You made varsity as a freshman, and Jeff, even before that, his brother Jack Mulvey was on this team.
That's the legacy I'm talking about with these hockey programs. Peters and Glenbrook South have great history. They're well-coached, super coaches. Chris Claxon played at Division I hockey up in Michigan, and Jimmy Philbin is the Hall of Famer for Glenbrook South.
Don't forget, folks, please use our chat feature. We'd love to hear what your thoughts on this game are from home. Any questions for the tournament director? I've got him right here, Jeff Morrow, alongside myself, Dylan Ward. Happy to have you waking up early with us, especially if you're a Glenbrook South fan. 7:30 a.m. start Central Time here for this one. Here's a shot from the top of the left circle by Shanafelt. That one stopped by Preston. Cleared out of the zone by the Titans. Only 10 to go on this power play now. It's been a great penalty kill. Best runs into his own man, Schub. And that allows Vanderplug to get the puck and ring it around the boards out to the neutral zone. And Hoffer is free. And the Titans are now 3 for 3 on the penalty kill here at the Governor's Cup.
So another good matchup we have is North Allegheny Culver later on this afternoon. That's the Governor's Cup champions from the Hoosier Cup a year ago against Culver. Culver's an outstanding program.
Culver 1-0-1 here at the tournament so far, so they have yet to lose in regulation. Lost in a 6-round shootout, Jeff, in just about as close of a game as you can have.
Terrific game. Terrific ending.
Weiss out to the neutral zone, brought back in by Peters, but taken away by Hoffer. Fresh out of the penalty box, takes a shot, he scores. Welcome back to the lineup. Number 8, Blake Hoffer puts the Titans ahead, and how about the celebration as well? 2:23 to go in the first period, and it's 2-1 Glenbrook South.
Well, those of you that know Glenbrook South hockey know Hoffer. He's a dynamic player. He's big, he's strong. He picked the corner, got the puck in between the circles, you'll see, and he beat the goaltender cleanly to the stick side. Excellent play by Hoffer, and atones for the penalty he took, which is good. I'm sure Jimmy's happy with him now.
Yeah, certainly makes up for that. So Blake Hoffer. Now McCrulis looking to add on, and a big goal for Glenbrook South as they now have the lead here in the first period. Now here's Preston with a shot, looking for his second goal of the game, but that one stopped by Herman. Now McCrulis in close, tough angle shot, stopped by Herman, and it goes to the far side. And it's lifted out by the Indians.
Well, you're seeing some urgency here on behalf of the Titans. They've really picked up their play, and Peters needs to match it.
McCrulis passes to Luke Fagan, but it's taken away by Lamanga. Chris Lamanga over the line. Now we've got Jason Weiss doing the PA announcing as this shot is tipped on Preston. Now here's the game we played, Jeff. Will he announce 1 minute remaining in the period? I say no.
We used to have fun with that. When we were doing the games, my partner, I used to say, how much time's left? And he said, 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Here comes the moment of truth. Will he do it? I don't see him reaching for that microphone. And he doesn't.
Too much candy in the system.
That's exactly right. So, here with 50 seconds to go in the period, the Titans looking to hold this lead, collect the full period point, and Blake Hoffer, you can see him. He's just waiting for pressure. He's saying, hey, you come to me. He goes out to the neutral zone for Boris, but that pops over his stick. Now Weiss trying to get it. Rose takes it away. He dumps it down for Peters. Below the net, Luke Fagan plays it to the near side half boards. Titans look to clear it out. Kept alive by Urban. 20 seconds to go here in the first. Barrett takes it away, goes to the slot. Here's a shot. Big save made by Preston in the dying moments of the first. Now Weiss plays it out to Boris at the blue line. Slides it over to Hoffer, but miss him with the pass. Barrett tries a shot. Goes right to Boris. Over to Hoffer, and he'll dump it in. The Titans win the first period by a score of 2-1.
Well,
and that's huge for the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that was a nice play by Hoffer. Hoffer knew the situation. He knew they were leading the period. He just got it deep and killed the period. That's experience. That's a quality player. Glenbrook South is doing what they need to do to get back in this tournament.
We'll take a very quick break. Don't go anywhere. Second period coming up in about 2 minutes or so, maybe less, right here on the South Hockey Network. the South Hockey Network. Time for the second period here between the Glenbrook South Titans of Illinois and the Peters Township Indians of Pennsylvania. Dylan Ward alongside Jeff Morrow on scoreboard today is Joe Hoffer, and your video producer, none other than the great Gerard Boris, as we switch sides and drop the puck on period 2.
We're going to get Gerard a beef on Weck today for sure.
Okay, what about me, Jeff?
Absolutely, buddy. On the house.
How about Joe Hoffer doing the scoreboard? Does
yeah, we might have to get him one too.
Here is his son, Blake, goes between the legs. Nice move. Now up to Mendoza, right point. Braden Mendoza gave the puck away, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone, and Dowden, I should say, knocks it in. So Jeff, as teams switch sides for the second period, it becomes the period of the long change. Not nearly as impactful with the benches being so close to each other without the penalty boxes in between them. This one comes ahead, and Blake Hoffer rushes up ice, looking for his second goal of the game. He takes a shot, and that one missed the net.
Good play by the Peters goaltender. He cut the angle down on that one. Hoffer's lethal with that puck.
Jeff, he is committed to play baseball at the University of Illinois as a left-handed pitcher.
Oh, no kidding.
Hard to believe hockey is his second sport and one of the best high school players in Illinois.
Well, I want to mention congratulations to the Peters Township football team that lost in the state semifinals, and one of their top players has returned to the lineup. He's not here in Jamestown, but when he comes back, Peters is going to make a big push for the Penguin Cup this year.
Here's this look from Blake Hoffer moments ago.
Yeah, and you see
21 to go in the second.
You see the Peters goaltender came out, cut the angle down. He played big and tall. He's not a big guy, but he cut the angle down on that one.
Face-off win goes up to Luke Fagan. He tries a shot. Now the near side corner, Vanderploeg. Fagan with a shot. Again, kicked out by the right pad of the goaltender, Herman. Now Graham Vanderploeg goes down to Tubuchanik. Up to Daniel Sokol. Now up to Will Fagan. Cuts low, takes a shot. That one missed the cage off the glass. Luke Fagan back up high. Sends it down low off the boards. Picked up by Sokol. Fan on the shot. Daniel Sokol. Now Tubuchanik takes a shot, big rebound, but covered up quickly by Herman.
Yeah, one of the things I want you to keep an eye on for Glenbrook South is their point play. And that's led by Mulvey. But in that climb to the Govenors Cup a year ago, their point play was outstanding. They were getting the puck, and they were releasing it at the right time and running a lot of traffic in front. And if they can do that here today, they're going to be successful in playing Peters and Buffalo St. Francis.
I gotta tell you, to everyone watching at home, I'm wondering where all the chats are here on the South Hockey Network.
Too many cinnamon rolls for those people out there in Chicagoland.
Gerard, it says video unavailable. This video is restricted. Please check the Google Workspace. I'm not sure if Gerard's listening to me. It says video unavailable. This video is restricted. And that is this game. It's broadcast right now. So nobody can actually hear us right now, is my understanding. So Gerard's going to do some quick work on the iPad. I know he'll find a solution.
He's a wizard.
I was wondering where all the chats were.
Yeah, who the heck would want to chat with you, Dylan?
That's exactly right. Well, we'll still call the game anyway. Vanderploeg is ready for the face-off. It's one back up to Will Fagan. He'll try a shot. That one goes high of the net. Now to the near side, Luke Fagan. Vanderploeg turns around, fires. And Preston on the rebound. Couldn't bury it. And it goes behind the net. McCrulis up to Will Fagan. Takes a shot. Deflected, but gobbled up by Herman.
And there you're seeing right there the patience of the point man from the opposite point. Took his time, waited for the traffic to develop in front of the net, and then unleashed a nice down low on the ice to be tipped and get the rebounds. Glenbrook South is playing the right way. It's going to pay off if they play. Keep it up.
Titans are out shooting the Indians 20-6 so far by our count.
But that all-important third goal is what we're looking for.
And the go-ahead goal in the period.
Yeah, well, Peters did the same thing against Culver. They were being outshot grossly, and then they came back and tied the game.
You got to watch out.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, as this one sent to Jonah Weiss, and he scores. What a pass by Blake Hoffer, and it's tapped home by number 15. Those two seem to be working out just fine on the line together.
Well, that was pretty patient. Hoffer really took his time. He waited for the defenseman to come at him and release the pass right on the back door. Beautiful goal.
So we have some chats. Gail Weiss says, good morning, Jamestown. Let's go south. And Beth Mendoza says, I can see the broadcast, so please continue giving us feedback if the broadcast is coming through to you with no problem.
We want to send our best to Gail. And she's done a fine job with this organization and a super person, so it's great to hear from you, Gail.
Yeah, she couldn't make the trip today. Her husband, Jason, instead is here, and he's about to announce his son's goal on the loudspeaker.
This is an important part of the game here. Glenbrook South established a 3-1 lead. They need to keep the pedal to the metal in this period and try to win the second period as well.
Well, they've got the 1-0 lead here in the second period as it stands. Blake Hoffer over the line, takes a shot deflected up high, up and out of play. Let's watch that goal by the Titans one more time.
Beautiful patience by Hoffer to find Weiss back on the back door. That's beautiful, and it's all set up by the point play where they stretch out the Peters defense and they find an opening and a beautiful pass by Hoffer.
Mendoza off a face-off win, right point, takes a shot. That's off the pad of Herman. And out to neutral ice it goes. Mendoza chasing after it. Again, if you're watching at home, please let us know if the broadcast is coming through okay for you. As that net comes off its moorings.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I was speaking with the folks from Buffalo St. Francis. They were talking about the first year they won this. They played New Trier 2 terrific games. And I could see if Glenbrook South continues this onslaught that we're going to have a heck of a second game this afternoon. But Peters is first, and they don't want to fall asleep here.
No kidding.
They got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Asher Vanderploeg ready for the face-off in neutral ice against Trey Lamanga. He wins it. Will Fagan sends it in from neutral ice. Goes down below the goal line.
You never know who's listening to these games, but we want to throw a shout out to Rick Tingle, longtime Peters coach. He's down in Delaware. Super person, super guy.
Well said, Jeff. Now Graham Vanderploeg. Backhand pass to Ryan Mulvey. Takes a shot, kicked out of there by Shanafelt. Now Mulvey, Vanderploeg.
Oh, here you go.
Has an open man, goes across with the backhand over to Charlie Preston, and he just couldn't corral that one for a good forehand shot. Tell you what, Vanderploeg got a great assist on Preston's goal to open the scoring in this game, and he nearly did it again. 9:02 to go in the second. Titans lead 3-1 here in Jamestown. Goals from Charlie Preston, Jonah Weiss, and Blake Hoffer.
This building, Dylan, was built in 2002. We've been here since 2007. It never gets old here. The vantage points up here in the top level are great. The seating area is great. What a place to have a tournament.
Just a beautiful facility. I believe, what, Jeff, 3,000 fans can fit in here?
I think 5.
5, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. As Peters out to the neutral zone.
We do our best to give everybody at least one game in the main arena here. And GBS as the champions is blessed to have all 3 of their games here. A little magic came their way with the schedule change.
Okay, so now I am seeing on my end, by the way, that our broadcast is back up and running. So
great.
Good to hear that. We've had a couple internet issues at this Northwest Arena that are out of our control.
Nothing Gerard can't handle. Gerard's got the magic touch.
That's right. You're looking at Peters Township goaltender.
The big question is, where's the drone to fly over the Christmas parade tonight?
Oh, that's tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got the drone coming into Northwest Arena, so...
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Takes you right through the front door.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Weiss centered it. Hoffer shot it. And the big save made by Herman. As it goes back down low for Hoffer.
Herman's making a couple of nice stops here in this second period.
He's seen 27 shots. This one's turned over and brought up ice by Caputo. But Luke Fagan and Anthony Pinto were back there before him. Now from the corner, it's centered. And Pinto got it back. Anthony Pinto goes out to Hoffer. Neutral ice, Hoffer over the line, centered at Weiss, looking to get it over to Pinto with the backhand, but he couldn't get it around one defender. Anthony Pinto, the defenseman himself, getting up on that play. Saw a lane, and now the Titans play with it back in their own zone, giving up on the near half wall. Carter Manili below the goal line. Giving up, Blake Hoffer will skate through neutral ice. We're over halfway through regulation time. Titans leading 3-1. They've got a 1-0 lead in the second period as well, after winning the first period.
Good play there by Hoffer. He bought a lot of time so they can get the line change and did his job. Excellent player. Being very impressed by his play today.
Mulvey now McCrulis. Backhander out to Mendoza. Mendoza fires it in. Preston below the goal line. Centered it. Taken away by the Indians, and Holleran through neutral ice. Comes over the line. That looked close to offside, but they'll wave it off. Now sent right in front. Here's a shot from the slot by Lamanga, and a big save made by Preston. Hanging on to the puck for a whistle.
Preston came on and challenged him. That was a good opportunity for Peters Township. Again, we're getting to a critical time of this period. Peters is going to start pressing, and Glenbrook South has to be equal to the task.
How about that pass from below the goal line as well?
Super play.
Glenbrook South Titans and Peters Township Indians, both teams playing their second game of tournament play. Now McCrulis. Left corner. And now the clock just turned off.
Yeah, but they have an internal function. It'll turn back on and
there it goes.
Going.
Although it is paused right now, we do have the accurate time here on our broadcast. So we'll see what they do with that. Now here's one centered. Oh, what a save made by Preston with the pad. So the clock is off by about 20 seconds. Based on what we have up here. This one sent to the near side boards and down into the Titans zone. Mendoza. Mulvey up to McCrulis, waiting at the blue line. Titans have numbers. Teddy McCrulis puts it high of the net. And it comes back out to the neutral zone. Barrett will skate it over the line, left wing side. Barrett centered it in the slot, backhander tipped on net by Schau, but Preston makes a save. Now the Titans again have a 3-on-1. Graham Vanderplug, backhand pass to the slot, taken away by Schanefeld. Now Luke Fagan goes across for his twin brother Will. A couple of juniors, twins on this team. Now Barrett.
Good size on the Fagans. Very efficient players, both.
Now here's Luke. Luke Fagan off Ventura dumping it inadvertently. You see the Lake Forest Scouts watching on. They're getting ready for their next game as they observe their in-state league rivals, the Glenbrook South Titans.
They'll face South Kent, and that's a very good team.
Now Hoffer over the line, takes a shot, save, rebound, they score! It's Jackson Ventura. Got just enough of that rebound, sent the puck over the line at 5 miles an hour, and the Titans will take it. It is 4-1 and 2-0 in the period.
Big goal there, Dylan. But, you know, if I'm Jimmy Philbin, I'm keeping the pedal to the metal. I mean, Peters played a late game last night. They might have some weak legs. If I'm Glenbrook South, I keep playing to the whistle. Because as you know, those points come into play as a great tiebreaker. Now they're getting a switch with the clock here.
Also, it is the second period, by the way, unlike the scoreboard on your screen says. So they take some time off the clock, and it goes
12 seconds to be exact.
There you go. And Gerard, just again, it is the second period of play, not the first period. There you go.
Quality control, Dylan, at its finest.
No, that's not Gerard. That's Joe Hoffer, but Gerard has the headphones on, so he can hear us. Joe does not. Now Boris right in front. He scores! The puck found Zach Boris. The goaltender is frustrated with his defenders, and the Titans make it 5-1. They're really pouring it on here in the second.
Quite a few years ago, New Trier came here, and there was a Saturday morning game. They faced the McDowell team that was coached by Hall of Famer Nels White, and they beat New Trier 2-1. And later that evening, New Trier needed to win all 5 points, and they put a beating on a team out of New York, and they went on to win the championship that year. And you never know. You never know.
So Glenbrook South has scored 4 unanswered goals since it was 1-1 and lead 5-1. Just in great positioning right now. Barring a comeback, they're on pace to win the first 2 periods. Leading the second period by a score of 3-0.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to give Boris some credit on the goal. He was in the middle of the ice. There was nobody there, and the puck bounced right to him. That's some smart play by Boris.
Watch it again from the goal cam.
Watch, he's wide open in front of that net. That puck just bounced right on his stick. It was like Christmas.
And you know what? He took a quick shot, too.
Yeah,
he didn't try and make a move.
Didn't waste any time.
Great play by the Titans, and I'm sure Gerard loves to hear your comments on that, Jeff.
Well, that's what they said. Jamie was a smart player because of his mother, so I'll just leave it at that.
All right. Shout out to Zoe Boris, who is somewhere down there. Gerard's wife, Zach's mother.
No offense, Gerard. We love to have fun with Gerard. He's our favorite guy. He's been here since 8 o'clock Friday morning working his tail off. So all the great color and angles you're seeing is thanks to his hard work. So thank you, Gerard.
Some great graphics as well, all the camera angles.
Super.
Got the goalie cams.
Next year we're setting up scoreboard cam with Bobby V. What do you think, Gerard? Can we make that happen?
Looks like
they're in a discussion over there.
All the meanwhile, Titan was taken down in that far side corner. It's going to be a penalty. That was too mechanic.
Yeah, a little frustration for Peter Township here.
So Barrett goes to the box.
They have an uphill climb.
So a big opportunity for the Titans to continue pouring it on here. looks like Sokol's going to the box too. Wait a minute. Let's watch that again. So the original penalty is on the hit by 14, red.
Well, may have been maybe said something to the official inappropriately. And my experience with this particular official is keep your mouth shut.
Now the Jimmy Philbin, the head coach of the Titans, getting an explanation.
Yeah, and I didn't read the lips, but I can tell you something was said, and he didn't like it.
So now for a second I thought the official was saying somebody else needed to go to the box, but he's just telling the Titans to complete their line change. So no power play, instead just 5-on-5.
I wanted to make a point here. Our officiating crew is mostly out of Erie, but we do have some Pittsburgh officials here for quality control. And Keegan Oldridge has done an outstanding job scheduling the officials, so we want to thank Keegan.
Now here's Jonah Weiss already with a goal today. Takes a shot looking for another one, but couldn't find the top left corner there. And Jeff, I got to give these guys credit. 2 officials out there for this competitive high-level high school hockey. They seem to do a good job. I don't really think they miss much from what I've seen so far in the couple of days.
No, they do it, and we will have 4 for the championship game, 4 officials.
That's what Glenbrook South is used to for their regular season games. Now Hoffer comes over the line, sends one to the corner. The Titans very happy with their 3-0 lead here in period number 2. Schanefeld sends it out to the neutral zone, picked off by Hoffer, but the Titans are offside by a mile.
The one thing I wanted to make a point of, when you have officiating, some officials have good days, some have bad days, but these guys are all pretty experienced people that have done a lot of games, and they've been in a lot of situations. And Glenbrook South and Peters Township are very good hockey programs. They're used to seeing different officials, and it's good to understand where the referee's going to make the calls and not make the calls.
Sure.
So it's good experience for down the road.
1 minute remaining here in the second. Maybe
for a Scholastic League Championship or Penguin Cup to get used to what they're doing out there. That's all I wanted to make a point.
Down in far side corner. Now it's brought up ice. Teddy McCrulis over the line. That one's taken away by Monco.
Yeah, I like the aggressive play by Glenbrook South here. I think they're not letting the foot off the gas.
Here's Asher Vanderplug with a shot. That one stopped. He scored the Titans' lone goal yesterday in the 2-1 loss to Culver. He has not scored any of the 5 Glenbrook South goals, although he has assisted a couple. Monco now with 11 seconds left in the period. Teams will go to the locker room and have a nice cut here before the third. Sent out to the neutral zone, and how about these Glenbrook South Titans playing as perfect of a game as you can in the situation they're in. They have won each of the first 2 periods and will carry a 5-1 lead into the third.
Well, I don't want to remind Jimmy Philbin, but he knows that third period is going to be important too, because they need to compile as many points as they can. That's what this is based on, playing every period. And if you don't come to play every period...
Go ahead, Jeff, sorry.
Yeah. If you don't play any period, you go home. That's all there is to it. And we're going to find out where this plays out later this afternoon.
All right, so the Titans might be up 5-1, but don't you dare turn this off and go back to bed if you're a Glenbrook South fan, because they need to win the third period as well. So we'll see if they can do that. Dylan Ward and Jeff Morrow with you.
Put some salt on the walk, little shovel in the driveway, and back for the third period.
There you go. There you go. Jeff Morrow, Dylan Ward, alongside Gerard Boris and Joe Hoffer, our technical crew. Take a look at Jeff Preston right there, looking sharp. What else we got down there? Janet Mulvey.
some exciting things coming your way, Dylan, with PA hockey. I just wanted to mention we have our Pittsburgh tournament now in its 30th year, and we're going to be up in Cleveland, of all places, in mid-December for the Paddle Invitational. That'll join the Govenors Cup of Ohio for 2026, and we're looking for something pretty special in 2027. Am I allowed to mention this?
Of course.
While we're hot, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're looking possibly at a tournament in Lake Placid, New York. So stay tuned for that one.
Looking forward to that. And you know, if that's a tournament, Glenbrook South would probably make the trip there, right?
Well, we're going to fly you into Montreal and bust you down to Lake Placid.
All right, sounds good. Let me get my passport ready. So, we'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. Third period coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Time for period number 3 between the Glenbrook South Titans of Illinois and the Peters Township Indians of Pennsylvania. Dylan Ward here on the call. We were joined by Jeff Morrow in that second period. We'll see if he comes back to the booth or not. Tournament director to do some color with me alongside Gerard Boris, our video producer, and Joe Hoffer in charge of the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen. The Titans are dominating, leading 5-1, out shooting the Indians 31-11. But as we've mentioned a couple times on this broadcast already, the points per period tiebreaker is quite important. So the Titans will look to win this period, even though they're already up 5-1. We'll see if they can do it to put themselves in as good a position as they can to advance later on. We're underway. Titans in the light blue, Peters in the red. As this one sent out to the neutral zone, missed Hoffer with the pass, so it'll be icing against Glenbrook South. Just 25 seconds into the third. Beautiful Northwest Arena here in Jamestown, New York. A southern suburb of Buffalo, New York. Lots of Sabres merch I've seen this weekend so far. A couple flags here in the rink. And at the local bars, all the adults have been going to. Now Boris sends it up to Weiss. He sends it in. Now below the goal line, Hoffer can't hang on to it. It's kept alive by Weiss, turning around and firing a shot, but that one wide of the left post. And now Rose will come out through neutral ice with it. Send it in. Pinto below the goal line. Anthony Pinto through the neutral zone. He's over the blue line, down the right wing side. Centered it, looking for Vanderplug, but just out of his reach. Now Blake Hoffer below the line. Comes back up high with it, keeps it in the zone, takes a shot. Maybe more of a pass to the slot, but Vanderplug couldn't hang on cleanly, and Pinto will fire it in. Now goes to the far side corner for Maeda. Shout out, if you're watching, Todd Kazarowski, longtime broadcaster of Peters Township, and perhaps still current broadcaster, but 10-Band TV. Great network. I've worked for them a couple of times. Right circle offensive zone faceoff for Glenbrook South. The puck falls and they'll do it again. 13:20 to go here in period 3. Asher Vanderplug ready for the faceoff against Manili. And the Titans win it back up high. Here's Will Fagan deflecting this one down low. Picked up below the goal line and sent out to Dowden in neutral ice. Up to Luke Fagan, now Will Fagan. Knocked back in the other way, goes down below the goal line. Fresh sheet of ice, that puck is really sliding out there. We had Blake Hoffer on the broadcast a couple nights ago, said everything feels a little faster during those first 5 or so minutes of the first or the third period on a freshly zammed ice. This one sent down, will not be an icing, and Luke Fagan takes it back. Fagan off the far boards. That will be an icing against Glenbrook South, stopping the clock with 12:33 to go in the third. A reminder to you that because of the points per period tiebreaker, there is no running clock at this tournament, in spite of what the score is. So if the Titans do find the 6th goal, that would be a 5-goal differential, but we're still playing stop clock all the way until the final buzzer here at the Governor's Cup. Ryan Mulvey gets it out to the neutral zone. Hoffer and to DeBoris, who tipped it in. Titans with 5 goals from 5 different players here tonight. Boris looking for his second, but that goes off a stick and up high. Blake Hoffer, Jonah Weiss, Charlie Preston, Jackson Ventura, Zach Boris, your 5 goal scorers. 5 seniors with the goals. Puck drop at the right wing circle again. Titans attacking zone. They'll win it back up high. Mendoza, right point, fires it down low. Weiss up to the near side half wall and brought ahead by Schub. Goes up to Holleran. Now Boris. And Weiss picks it up. Jonah Weiss. Off the near boards and down. You think this line of Boris, Weiss, and Hoffer's working? All three guys have a goal tonight. Excuse me, this morning. And the first of this doubleheader for the Titans and Indians. Glenbrook South will get back underway at 3 o'clock. Eastern time, 2 o'clock for all those watching Central time. Holleran leaves it, nobody there, and Boris. Some help from Ryan Mulvey, gets it to Hoffer. Now over the line onside, Blake Hoffer with Sokol. Takes a shot, he scores! Blake Hoffer's second of the game, and the Titans take the lead here in the third period. 6-1 the score of the game. And Blake Hoffer, who has missed some action, as a matter of fact, missed the Titans' last 5 games, is making an immediate impact since returning to the lineup and gets goal number 2 of the day. And all of a sudden, he's on hat-trick watch, and we have no protective netting at Jamestown. So maybe we'll see a hat thrown on the ice if he can find that third goal. Nice shot by Blake, just surprised the goaltender. Down that right wing side, look at that angle. Gotta love that from the PTZ. And the goaltender just gives a shrug afterwards, Anthony Herman. .10:57 to go here in the third period. Again, in spite of the 5-goal differential, we have a stop clock because of the points per period tiebreaker. Now backhander from the slot, stopped by Preston. A nice save with the glove down low. And another whistle. 10:52 to go here in period number 3. Face off at the circle to Preston's left. It'll be taken by Daniel Sokol. And Benjamin Barrett. Drop of the puck is won by Peters back up high at Ribrich. Taken away by Pinto. Now a man's taken down, centered it. Barrett tries a shot, but that's blocked by a Titan stick and goes right to Tubuchanan. Now out to Asher Vanderplug. Vanderplug over the line, centered it for his brother, Graham, but he couldn't crash in that clean. Now the goalie has a problem in the blue paint, and he looks to be hurt. Anthony Herman throws down the glove. We were able to clip that replay. Let's see what happened. You can see he's getting ready to make a save and then maybe pulled something. It's hard to tell exactly what happened there. He shoves his blocker off and he's going to the bench. Really hard to tell what he hurt there. But he's able to return to the bench under his own power, which is always good news. And Jordan Cox, the sophomore, is stretching, and he's ready to come in relief. So Jordan Cox, the sophomore. And we're ready to get back underway with a face-off coming at center ice. Face-off won by Peters. Goes to the far side, Mendoza. Tipped in, McCrulis racing after the puck, but it will be an icing against the Titans. That looked close. Let's watch it one more time. Yes, they're saying he tipped it just before center ice. Usually the refs will give them a little bit of a grace period, but not granted to the Titans this time. Manili ready for the face-off. Peters offensive zone, right wing circle. The puck falls and it goes to Glenbrook South. Asher Vanderplug looking to clear the zone. It gets sent back deep. Now Will Fagan up to McCrulis, but it's blocked by the skate of Lucas Best. Now Teddy McCrulis. Goes to Asher Vanderplug. He's over the line. Vanderplug gets around one, tries a shot. Looking for that top left corner, but missed. And it goes up and out of play for another whistle. 9:47 to go here in the third period. Titans leading 6-1, but more importantly, leading the third period 1-0. After winning the first and second period, respectively. Face-off coming at the left wing circle. It's one back up high by the Titans, but it's sent all the way back down to their own zone. Luke Fagan leaves it for Hoffer. Blake Hoffer through the neutral zone, can't get around Manili. As it's punched back in by Peters, and Preston will cover it up for a whistle. 9:26 to go here in the third period. Dylan Ward on the call with you. Gerard Boris, your video producer. And Joe Hoffer manning the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen. Face-off taken by Glenbrook South. Off the near boards, now neutral ice. Hoffer goes to Jonah Weiss. Weiss takes a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Hoffer now shoots. Puck just sitting there. Weiss forks it back up to the right point. Mendoza now on net. That took a couple deflections and ends up being stopped by Cox, who's fresh into the game after the injury to Anthony Herman. Now left point, here's a shot deflected high of the net. Comes to the near side and Blake Hoffer. Hoffer through neutral ice. Dangles, looks to crash the net, he could not. And it's played to the far side half wall. Now Rose backhands it out to neutral ice, and Luke Fagan goes across for Hoffer, who sends it in. So where'd that puck go? Looks like it might have gone out of play for a whistle. Official needs a new puck. Titans change him up. Vanderplug, McCrulis, Preston line comes out there. Another center ice face-off is won by the Indians. And this one sent in right on net. Preston makes the save. Now Shub takes a shot from the right wing side, and that is gloved by Thomas for another whistle. Slow-moving third period here. Brad Cesario chiming in. Broadcast quality is seamless this morning. High quality. Well, Brad, you know that's the only way we know how. As we bring you action live from the Governor's Cup all weekend long. First of 5 broadcasts today. We'll have this game. We'll take a break. And then resume action at 3 p.m. Eastern with 4 straight broadcasts taking you through the final games of the preliminary round. We'll have the semifinals and championship game for you tomorrow morning. Looking forward to some great coverage and some exciting finishes in terms of the standings races. Again, the Titans with 1 point per period last game. They lost in regulation, so 0 standings points. They want to have a chance at the semifinals, and believe me, they will with this format. If they can hang on to this 1-0 lead in the third period, they'll collect all 5 potential points per period. You get 1 for each period you win, half if you tie a period, and then you get an additional 2 points if you win the game outright. So that would put the Titans up to 6. And then if they could win all 5 periods later today against Buffalo St. Francis, that would put them at 11. And with a 2-1 record, you want to have as many of those points per period as possible, and 11 is a good number. Boris centered it. Taken away by the Indians. Out to neutral ice. This one's dumped in, but gloved down by Pinto and sent out to Urban. Urban goes across, backhanded down by Ribberich. Taken back by the captain, Mulvey, as he sends it out to the neutral zone. Backhanded back in. Ryan Mulvey. One of the Peters players is playing without a glove. No, excuse me, I think that player has made his way back to the bench. There is an icing that stops play, and that'll allow the linesman to return the glove to the Indians bench. That was Monko's glove. 6.5 to go here in the third. Titans up 6-1. 2 goals from Blake Hoffer, Jonah Weiss, Charlie Preston, Jackson Ventura, Zach Boris with your others. As for Peters, Daniel Kovac with the lone strike. Now Rose centered it, they score! Kovac tipped it in. And Peters has tied the third period, 1-1, as they make it a 6-2 game. So that could be costly for the Titans. Again, the game is 6-2, but you gotta think about those points per period. The Titans trying to win every period to give themselves a good chance. Nice deflection, by the way, by Kovac. He's got his second of the game. So the plot thickens, don't go anywhere. Titans and Indians tied 1-1 here in the third period. In this pivotal game to see who's gonna make it to the semifinals. Now Boris behind the net, centered it, looking for, pardon me, that was McCrulis. He was looking for Charlie Preston, and now we get a whistle as the net comes off. Mitch Adams chiming in. Hey Brad, Bears are going to take down the Packers tomorrow. I would have to agree with that statement. Kathy Ice says hi, hi. Ah, those blue jerseys look awesome. Yeah, I agree. One of the best jerseys the Titans have worn. Just ask Gerard, I'm sure he shares the same opinion. By the way, how crazy is the NFC? If the Bears win tomorrow, they'll stay in first place overall in the conference. If they lose tomorrow, they drop to 7th place, as they would be the last wild card team in. .547 to go here in the third period. Face off at the circle to Thomas Preston's right. Puck is sent up high. Here's a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Now Holleran. Sent it down below the line. Played to the far side. Now McCrulis picks it up in the neutral zone. Teddy McCrulis with speed. You can see the Titans are still playing with a sense of urgency. Sent it to Luke Fagan. And sent on net, covered up by Jordan Cox as he hangs on for a whistle with 5:24 to go here in the third. Shots on goal 35-18 in favor of the Titans by Joe Hoffer's official count. And yes, that is the official count, because the scorekeepers have not been counting shots on goal here this weekend, as they typically don't at the Governor's Cup, unfortunately. Out to the neutral zone, Ryan Mulvey will fire it in. Picked up by Schanefeld. Out to Dowden, now Mendoza in the neutral zone. Mendoza will fire it in from halfway, and that one stopped easily by Cox. Jordan Cox, the sophomore, came in relief after Anthony Herman suffered an injury. Herman back on the bench now after a quick trip to the locker room earlier in this third period. Weiss down low for Blake Hoffer. He takes a hit below the goal line. Now out to neutral ice. Boris taps it for Mulvey. Ryan Mulvey looking for Boris in neutral ice. Off the boards, intercepted by Manili. He comes across, goes between the legs of Mulvey. Couldn't get a shot off after that. Titans could really use a goal right now to put themselves in the best possible position. Currently tied 1-1 here in the third period. Mendoza backhands this one down. Schanefeld. Now Mendoza still with it. Sends it down low for Teddy McCrulis. McCrulis now Asher Vanderplug below the goal line. Sends it up to the right point. Mendoza with a shot blocked by Kovac. Now Vanderplug fires. That one's blocked in the low slot by Schanefeld. Now again thrown to the net. And they score! That one found a way through. As the ref points to the net, a big goal for the Titans as they take the lead here in the third period. 2-1 and 7-2 in the game. And Blake Hoffer is the line leader. Is that the hat trick goal? Let's watch it one more time. Oops, that's not the right goalie cam. Here we go again. You watch number 8. Tipped by McCrulis. And it's in. It's Teddy's goal. So Teddy McCrulis scores the goal. And the Titans lead 7-2 and lead the period 2-1. So you can add Teddy McCrulis to the list. As it goes down below the goal line once again. Now the Titans really got to D up here and try and close out this game by a 5-goal differential. That one sent towards the net. Stopped and held on to by Cox. 2:47 to go here in the third. The Titans dominating here this morning, out shooting the Indians 39-18 and leading by 5. Face-off coming at the left circle. Won by Peters. Manili plays it to the far side corner. Manili out to neutral ice. He's taken down, no penalty called there. As it goes down below the Titans goal line, Luke Fagan over to Boris. Now Mendoza. Zach Boris out to Blake Hoffer. And Hoffer will fire it down to the far side corner. Out to the neutral zone, Mendoza. Plays it to Boris, pass it to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer. He will fire that one down to the far side corner. Just missed going out of play, hits the high glass. Now, the question is, will Peters start pressuring here? Maybe even pull their goalie as they try and tie this period up, but we've got a penalty. It's going to go against the Titans for holding. Looks like Zach Boris. Let's see what we caught on camera. And Boris is going to the wrong penalty box. Okay, so a huge penalty kill coming up. It feels weird to say that in a 7-2 game, but the Titans have a 1-goal lead here in the third period, looking for all 5 period points, and they need to come up with a big PK here. This puck sent down below the goal line. Will Fagan. As it's being fought for near side corner, Titans get it out. Vanderplug with a big clear out to neutral ice. Now here comes Teddy McCrulis. We have a whistle behind the play, and we've got a penalty call. Not sure if we caught that on camera, but let's see what the replay shows. Yeah, puck was already long in neutral ice, but the penalty's going to go against Benjamin Barrett. So that ends the Peters power play and the Titans penalty kill, which, by the way, all penalty kills on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. We're going to play 4-on-4 for the remainder of this game. The Titans need the score to stay the same or improve. Face-off taken by the Indians. We'll bring this one out through neutral ice. Grab back by Vanderploeg. Asher Vanderploeg up to McCrulis. He backhands this one in. With 1:10 to go, Lucas Best to the far side corner. Asher Vanderploeg now to McCrulis. Taken back by the Indians. Kovac, who's got 2 goals for Peters so far today. Now right in front, Vanderploeg looking to clear it out. He'll chase that puck to the far side corner and get it out to McCrulis. Time ticking away. Vanderploeg with a shot. That one stopped by Best, blocked by Best, I should say, as it's brought back out the other way by Peters. Big hit there by Will Fagan right in front of the bench against Kovac. 30 seconds to go, and the Titans are going to hold this behind the net for as long as they possibly can, looking to preserve the 1-goal lead here in the third period for the tiebreaker. Backhanded down into the zone. Will Fagan behind the goal line now. He'll take a lap. Fagan just circles back into his own end. Not much pressure from the Indians. And the Titans are going to pick up all 5 possible period points. What a response from yesterday as they win 7-2 here against Peters Township. And they improve their record to 1-1-0 with 6 period points. As the teams line up at center ice to shake hands, we'll show you the hit by Will Fagan one more time in the final minute of play. Here he comes off your screen, boom! And a front row audience for both teams at their benches. So a massive win for the Titans in massive fashion, all 5 period points. They will have a chance to advance this afternoon against the Buffalo St. Francis Red Raiders. That game is at 3 p.m. here in New York, 2 p.m. if you're watching back home in Chicago. For everyone involved, Joe Hoffer on your scoreboard, Gerard Boris, your video producer, Jeff Morrow, who came in to do color for portions of the game. My name is Dylan Ward, saying thank you for waking up early with us here on this Saturday morning. One more time the final, Glenbrook South 7 and Peters Township 2. We'll see you for the Titans' last game of preliminary play at 2 p.m. Chicago time right here on the South Hockey Network.